and we are live.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back. What?
Your mic's coming through your headphones. Hey, this is live. I forgot.
All right, then you're gonna have to intro while I do this.
Oh, is it a whole thing? Okay.
You intro. Yeah, you intro.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Strictly Casual. Welcome to the live stream. This is the official post-watch party, the official post-review and breakdown of Last of Us HBO Episode 8. We are live right now, so of course, if you're watching the VOD, we're I forgot to mention a few things. We're brushing out the kinks. Is that what you say? I don't know. That's the thing you say. But ladies and gents, let's get into this episode. Lots of fun stuff to break down. Of course, we'll be live next Sunday for the finale. And wow, what
will we? Hold on, before we promise that, will we?
I forget what. I forgot what next week is.
It's also Oscars night, so
Yeah.
maybe we'll be live the next day.
Oh yeah, we might be live Monday or something later on.
Yeah.
But wow. Let's get into it. I guess let's see. And just initial thoughts, comparisons. What's the first thing I bring up?
Just a dark episode. It's a heavy episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's very true to the game. It adds some more depth to David as a character. Adds Troy Baker as a character, which is pretty interesting. Even though Troy Baker's character is like he's there to further David's character.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was effective to me. It was effective. It worked.
He really challenges his beliefs, right? Because from the game,
Kinda.
here's what I was surprised on is that I was watching. I look at the game right after I see the episode. I look at the clips and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that the banner that they had up in the cafe, it's the same banner. I didn't know that they went with the religious aspect in the game a little bit. I know they touched on it barely.
Yeah.
They really dived into it this episode. Showing that it's a religious cult and that this guy is even worse than. I don't know. I think he was pretty great. The actor that played David was great.
He was terrifying. It was a great cast.
Yeah.
Great casting. Yeah.
Because he had that sense of anger too that's lying beneath, and also that pure evilness. I think it was the hint of him being a teacher before. I was like, oh God, who was he as a teacher?
Just with kids.
Yeah.
After it's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. David is a disgusting character, and they really made that happen in the show. Another weird little point that kind of was a weird connection is the little girl that's crying because her dad died in David's camp, and it's by Joel and Ellie. Which was that added or was that in the game too? I forget.
I want to say what they added was that it connected to the people at University of Eastern Colorado. I think it was just random people that they had killed, right?
Okay. Right. Anyways, the little girl's crying, and my roommate was like, "Oh, did David do something to her? Did David?" Because David's for surely a pedophile, disgusting.
100%. Yeah.
Which is just a more effed up thing, to add to it too.
Yeah, because he did deliver that line of don't cry when your father is speaking, and he wasn't talking about God. He was talking about himself. It's like good writing, but in the story too, such an evil character. That's what's so crazy.
Yeah, the religious aspect they went heavy in.
Yeah,
and they didn't really. They made it less okay. Yes, it's culty. But they didn't even give a good world build to the culty aspect of it. It's it's culty because David's weird. That's the reasoning. We don't know any of the other people's stories. I thought it was fantastic how they revealed the cannibalism aspect of David's group as well. Things that are in the game that are shocking to find out about. It was so cool to watch that through the eyes of the other people watching it that haven't played the game. They're like, oh my God. That's not venison, is it? That sort of thing. The extra long shot on the meat coming into the room, and everybody's just chowing down no problem.
Let me ask. I don't know if maybe. Okay, here's what I was guessing. Right when he brought in the deer, everyone stopped and they were like, "Wait a second, are we not eating that?" Is that what they? Because everybody paused. I don't know why they paused.
No, they paused all because they all knew that he
because of Ellie,
when Troy Baker's character came back. To get the medicine, he must have told someone about Ellie, and then everybody was worried about Ellie and the guy. Yeah.
But wouldn't that be funny if they're all eating? Wow, this is good deer, and then he brings them the deer. He's like, "All right, guys, let's start to eat." And
it's nasty, dude.
What are we eating?
It's nasty.
Like that movie Fresh, right? But yeah,
I would say that if I was to go, obviously let's talk about Joel and Ellie in a sec. But my favorite scene from this entire episode is when Ellie's caged up and David's talking to her. I thought both of them gave such good performances, and there were lines that stayed true to the game too. I mean, the whole episode stayed really true to the game, but just that conversation really showed off both of their acting chops and nailed it. My heart was like racing throughout the scene, and I knew exactly what was happening.
Yeah.
Was gonna happen. I knew everything about it. Yeah.
Yeah, like again, like quoting. I love quoting it. You know what I mean? There's often times where I'm just like quoting it before they even said it. You know, I don't know if
Sure.
you've done that, because I know you're with people.
Like what? Like what line?
It's like, how'd you put it? Tiny little pieces, right? Before it's like, Ellie,
Oh, tiny
tell him
little
the girl,
pieces, yeah.
the name of the girl is Ellie that broke her finger. You know that line, and I was like, great. But no, you're right. Yeah, the performances were really great, and I think that what they did was they added, like, you always think, okay, if you're adding dialogue to an already established scene, maybe it could be like, what's the point? Is it necessary? But I think every line was there. They just went in, they honed in on who he was. They made it more clear on his intentions.
Oh yeah, I mean, it
right?
makes all the things that they said made sense to
Yeah.
how they were building him as more of a like.
They honed in on the perv. They went in more on the perv, I'd say.
They did.
Yeah.
They did, which is fine for the show. I
Yeah.
think that was great. Even though, like, I don't know, in the game, you probably spend a little more time with David, maybe?
Yeah, it's
Is there any
different.
scenes that they cut?
Because it's more gameplay where you get the dialogue, right? It's not really the cutscenes.
Speaking of that too, I know I'm kind of jumping around right now.
It's okay.
But
yeah, it's fine. Me too.
In the game, like, yes, you play as Ellie, but then when Ellie's captured, you play as Joel when you go into the lodge, you know, and Joel kills so many of David's men.
Yeah.
And they don't show that in the show. Like, when they just leave, when Joel and Ellie just leave at the end after the building burns down, like, there's no one else there. And that is because Joel killed them all. Like,
You're
that
right,
is what
yeah.
my perception is of that. Just off screen in the show, whereas in the show, you do kill a lot of them.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good point, because like we see here, the only violence that's shown is the torture scene, right? And then of course Ellie and what she did to
Right.
Which I think, man, do we get to that now?
We should in a sec, but we got Josh in the chat. What's up, dude? Oh my god, that was the second best episode. Your first favorite is episode 5. How are you guys?
What's up?
I'm doing phenomenal. I'm feeling very heavy after that episode of The
me
Last
too.
of Us. I can't lie.
Doing great.
It's a lot.
Yeah, dude. I really think, dude, oh my gosh, watching Bella Ramsey. Okay, here's the one thing. Again, like I said, I saw the scene, right, with the axe, and the difference here that I really loved is that in the game, Ellie has more of an emotion, right? She's sad and she's happy to see Joel, but she's emotional, about like what happened. In this, Bella Ramsey went total anger. It was just an anger thing, and kind of a shock, right? And I think it was even when she
in the
walked
restaurant.
out, yeah, after
she kills David?
she kills David, yeah. When she saw Joel, it was shock, but it was also pure anger, right? Because of what was
I don't
going
know.
on.
I disagree. I don't think it was anger at all. I think it was like she's not angry at Joel. She's
not
like
at him.
freaking out. She's in shock. She's just like lashing out. She's not angry.
But I
She's
mean, like in the game, she was crying because she was like, "Oh, this is horrible." But in like how they've shown in the show and the behind the scenes after, they said they went the angle of showing more of a fierce, like like anger, because they're trying to. I guess they're trying to flow the arc to season 2 more better, because I think it works when you watch them both now. You're gonna be like, yeah, the anger's building inside her, and so
yeah, it's even less of anger, more violence. That's what they say in the post-show thing too, and which obviously the second season is such a big cycle of violence. They always talk about that in the second game.
Right? Yeah.
Josh says, big episode. Glad they kept the baby girl part. That was very good. Bella was so great. She's gonna crush it in season 2. I wonder if they'll make her look older. See, I have the same thought of like, we need to have her look older for the second season, but she will crush it in the second season. She will do fantastic.
I was gonna tell you, hey, what if they just do they do angles only medium shots of like waist up, because she's she seems kind of small.
Short.
I don't know, because in the game, it was so weird about the second game. They literally like add her height so much. They really make her tall. Like,
she looks older in the game.
Yeah, but she grew.
She grows up.
She went from like 5 feet
Well,
to
she's
like
going 13 to like 20 something, right?
Yeah, I think that's the crazy thing is about Bella Ramsey already being 19, right? It's like she's grown already. That's but yeah,
I feel like I got a hint of what she could look like in the second season when she's in the cage, like David's cage thing.
Okay, yeah.
Because she doesn't feel like a little kid, right?
No,
there.
yeah.
She feels like she's like, I don't know if they're filming this year, Josh. From my understanding, they don't have the scripts done. But Pedro Pascal said in an interview, he's like, "Oh, we could be shooting as soon as the end of the year." But I don't really know if they're even ready for that.
No, yeah. I wanted to ask you, did they post a episode 9 sneak peek? Because I didn't see anything posted. They did?
It was very, very
Oh,
short.
okay.
It was like 3 shots long because you know they want to save it. It was one shot
Yeah.
of Joel running through the hospital going, but you can't tell it's the hospital. So
my
like, if you haven't seen the
gosh.
show, obviously you don't know. But
So he lost his guns and he was doing sound effects?
yes, he lost his guns. He's just doing sound effects.
Are
Yeah.
you kidding? Imagine Pedro's just doing that.
And then obviously nothing with the animals.
Okay.
They didn't show. And
Oh, okay.
there's a flashbang or something that goes off, and there's some
What?
narration that just says,
Interesting.
and then it's Ellie pointing, like looking at her wrist, and she's like, "We gotta finish this. Like we've came this far. Like we've been through so much.
Oh,
We've got to finish it."
dang. Okay, that's
It's gonna
good.
be a short episode, Josh. Yeah, 40 minutes. I think I heard the same thing.
40 minutes. Yeah. And then we also have the mom played by Ashley Johnson. So they're adding a storyline.
What is up?
No, there we go. We got the.
We're live, Justin. You can come say. He hasn't seen the episode yet, but you.
Oh,
say
okay.
hi.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
We have delivery
the
service
essentials.
coming in live.
Thank
Oh,
you,
it's
Jay.
cookies and cream
Mucho
too.
appreciado.
Enjoy, man.
I'll be able to enjoy it with you in just a little while.
I'm gonna go watch the episode right now.
Enjoy the episode,
All right.
Nice.
but be warned.
Whoa.
It's a heavy
Yeah.
episode tonight.
Oh no, man.
Good
I don't know
luck.
if I'm ready for this. I'm gonna need a milkshake.
Sounds good. Thanks,
In
Jay.
a milkshake. There we go. We got a cookies and cream shake to wrap up. Okay, so yeah, we talked about the violence. Yeah, that's something that's crazy. Is that what I appreciate is that they haven't done needless violence in this show too. We've only seen it when it was necessary, and they said that right in the behind the scenes of making the show. They only want to make it necessary, like because the game.
That's the crazy part of the game
That's what we
and the
talked about,
story in
yeah.
general.
Mhm.
Is this the story relies on needless violence?
yeah, true.
I don't think. I
Why?
think they. I think the violence in the show, while it's necessary to the story,
Mhm.
like I think it's two different things. When you have the violence in the show,
Mhm.
it is necessary for the plot, and it is needless violence.
Mhm.
There's extra violence that could be added that doesn't necessarily go to the plot,
Mhm.
but like, I feel like this entire show is needless violence.
Yeah, because that's what people have. The last of us, last people on Earth have become evil, violent people, essentially, right? That's really
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah, good point. Let's see. Yeah, Josh says that there's not enough clickers and runners. Do you want more clickers and runners? Do you think we want more scenes? Do you want more scenes with them, or?
I think that The Last of Us has always been a show that is like, yes, it's set in the apocalyptic world, but it's not about the zombies at all, or the runners
Yeah.
and clickers. But that being said, there's a great scene that was not in this episode, where they're in the shed and they start getting attacked by zombies. This is
Yeah,
with David,
yeah.
Troy Baker's character, and Ellie, and they have to like defend it, that sort of thing. Unnecessary for the plot of the episode by any means, but like that was the only. Like, we don't get too many clickers or zombies towards the end of the game. You get them underground. You know when they go underground to like this under the subway or something before they get to the hospital. But like, there's not a lot of zombies towards the end of the game.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Sorry, I was thinking about. I'm also thinking about what I wanted to talk to you about next. Okay, yeah, Josh talked about the ending too. About I know I don't want to talk about the ending really, but there's
We can talk about it.
a little bit.
I mean-
okay. Not specific spoilers, but yeah, when it comes to what Bella Ramsey has talked about splitting the fan base, and like I'm thinking about, with it being such a short episode.
They're not adding Abby this season. I don't think
No,
so.
yeah, I don't think Abby. Do you think that they'll? But here's the thing:
No,
the ending has been
the end
so,
of the game. The
so
end of
powerful. They
Last of
can't
Us
change it.
is controversial.
Oh yeah, okay. If that's what they mean,
I think
and that's what you mean,
her verbiage is wrong. I think it's controversial in the sense of like,
like it was when it released, right?
it's
Like,
not a happy ending. It's not like a
True,
it's
yeah.
the same.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like, wait, are they changing anything? It's like, no. The
Nah, they're
ending
not
in
changing
general is just controversial. The ending that we know and love. Right.
I think. Okay, spoilers for The Last of Us, the game. If you haven't played the game, we have to get into that. This is like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like
We're getting
the
close,
thesis
y'all.
of this live
We're
stream.
getting close, folks.
The end of The Last of Us is you realizing that Joel is not a good guy, like at all. You've done all of these terrible things as Joel for hours and hours and hours, and he chooses Ellie over saving the world, let's say.
Sacrifice,
right?
yeah.
Or the chance of saving the world, because we don't know if it will work or
Yeah.
not. The happy ending, the ending that would be expected from The Last of Us would be that when Ellie gets it, they get the cure, and the cure starts going out, and we end on this high note where Joel has saved Ellie, and we've brought us to this victorious end. And that's just not it. That's just not what we're gonna get. We're gonna get them at the same place they are now.
Yeah,
which sucks. It's sad.
But see, the crazy thing is that I don't think it will. I mean, I get saying it'll be controversial because people will be talking about it. But the fact that people have loved Bella and Pedro so much, for them to be like, oh look, he sacrificed. Like, I think people will be like, yeah, Pedro, he saved his girl. You know what I mean? I don't see people being like, no, the world. You know, in this context of the show, I don't think anybody cares about the world right now. People care about Bella and Pedro.
Well,
right?
Yeah, same.
Right.
That's what everybody does.
Different from the game. It's different experience.
No, I don't think so.
No?
I think I care about the people in the game also. I think.
Well, I meant like you want the world to be saved more. Like it's harder to get attached.
That's what they're trying to tell you.
Oh,
okay.
No, I see.
That's the thesis of the game too. Is that if you were in their shoes, you would probably do the same thing that Joel did.
Yeah.
In that situation.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, even though is that right?
Tough.
Is that wrong?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
do the right thing. What's the right thing? Right? Yeah. Josh says, I saw a good argument. If the Fireflies went through with the cure, how would they distribute it with Fedra still around? Yeah, I think that's kind of hypotheticals. That's kind of hard to comprehend. Of like, what if there is a cure? How even is the world going to come back? I think there was a good proposal for the third game to be something like that, where she does sacrifice herself. That's a whole other conversation. But I guess I don't know.
I mean,
do
I don't know.
Wrap
I don't
back to
know.
the episode, or I love theorizing about the finale too, and because there's so much to do. Man, people can talk about it forever, literally hours and hours to dive in. That's what I love about the ending too, and I'm sure we're gonna have a great conversation about it once, like, we can finally dive in. Because I don't think we've even talked about the first one. The second game we had a good conversation about. Remember, we did a review and like way back.
Yeah,
and that'll
be
fun.
I mean, the second game rocked my world.
Yeah,
the first game did.
Challenging.
The second one,
that's still like it's tough to even think
dare
about.
I say the second one's better? I mean, hate me for it all you want.
No, because it's more thought provoking, or right? Is that
I think
a good
so.
example?
I think it is. Like the first game's challenging, the second game's a lot more challenging, and I don't mean on a difficulty level. I mean like on a moral and ethical level, it is much more challenging.
Right there with you. Yeah. Listen, Troy Baker. It was cool to see. Look, the first lines he delivered, he was like, "Yeah, all right, I'm gonna." And he was like pitching his voice.
Okay,
up.
Joel.
Like, Joel, I hear you, boy. Come on now.
Yeah.
Man, what's to be said? What else is there to be said? Those are great. I think. Okay. What's cool about the show too, I guess, kind of like a final moment for me, is seeing when Ellie, I don't know why I keep saying Bella, Ellie, out there on her own. It was scarier because in the game you're playing, kind of having a fun playing the game, but watching her go out on her own in the forest is like, oh shoot, this is scary. Like, she's a little girl by herself. Like, I don't know. I felt more of a threat. I felt critical.
I'm upset.
What
Do you know what we did not get? There's a classic shot where a bunny comes out of a hole in the snow and starts running, and then an arrow comes and goes right through the bunny.
That's the cutest looking thing I've ever seen.
And I feel like that is that. I was sure. I was 100% sure they were going to add it. Just as much as I was 100% sure they would add Ellie stepping on some broken plate in when she was escaping David.
Yeah, I was looking for that.
I was so sure they were
yes.
I'm glad they didn't.
Look, they framed it. They had the same frame, right where Ellie stabs David the first time. They frame it up before you have control of her, and it was the same framing. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I was like, where's these plates? Is there a broken plate somewhere?
Yeah, where's the broken plates?
No, yeah, that would have. Yeah.
Where's the china?
Someone's like,
pretty funny.
David and James are out there. His name is James, right? James is Troy Baker.
Who?
James is Troy.
Oh, no clue. No idea.
Okay, I think we'll say David and his companion. They were like, "Wow, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life." And then
throw the plate.
Yeah. Oh, I meant the bunny. Remember with the because remember that
bunny.
meme of that girl that she was screaming and she was like,
the streamer. Nega Rocks.
Yeah. And there's but yeah, as for when it comes to the next episode, I think I'm nervous, right? Because
I'm nervous. I'm ready.
You ready? Look,
what's up, Aaron? Welcome in.
Hello. We're chatting about the ending right now.
They'll do it.
Yeah. It's funny. Has it flipped? Because the first 8 episodes, I've been like, yeah, I'm good. Now this 9th, I'm nervous. But
I just think it's a lot to pack in 2 episodes. Like, I don't know how we're gonna end it in 1 episode right now, but I guess it makes sense to do it.
Yeah, I hope they don't take anything away from the game, because I think that ending is already fine, right?
They won't. I mean, I could probably map it out. I could probably, like, if I was to go on paper right now and write out the scenes of the next episode, I think I could get kind of close.
Okay, yeah. As long as they get the, it's just main beats they have to get. Because, they've been cutting out a lot of fluff.
Yeah.
No gameplay stuff. Anyways, okay.
Aryan, did you watch the episode? What did you think of episode 8 of The Last of Us? We have one more episode left. I'm so excited for it. This was a hell of an episode.
Yeah. Again, too, if you're watching the video afterwards, post a comment and we'll chat with you in the comments for the VOD because we still want to keep the conversation going for the whole week. We'll figure out when we'll do the next live stream. I'm not trying to cut it off, but I'm good. I feel like I've gotten everything. Whatever you have left, I want to hear it. But
I mean, I want to hear from someone that is experiencing the show for the first time and not the game, because that is like such an interesting angle for me.
Here, I talked to Peyton a little bit about it. He says he's been enjoying it every single time. She's shocked as ever. Shocked as all get out. I'll ask him before this next one and try and get some good to bring to you and be like, okay, here's what he said specifically about boom, 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 and ending boom, boom, boom. Right? I'll bring it down.
Josh said, "Mom says she wants to play the game when this episode ended." Josh, have her start with Left Behind.
That's all.
Put her in the Last of Us DLC.
What?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
That messed up the story. No, but yeah, she already knows.
No, but she's watched the whole show, so she already knows.
Yeah, that's true. A little snippet. You get a little bit.
It's like
of
a 2-hour thing. Feels like you've accomplished something, and then it's like, okay, you can play the whole game after that.
Great ending in that one too. I was like, wow, music and everything.
Pretty good.
Oh, look, she already played. Did she already play it, or did she watch?
She did not like Left Behind. She didn't like that episode, or she didn't like the game.
You'll see. Yeah.
Thought Riley was annoying. That's tough.
Okay, look. Now I thought of this. I don't know why my mind goes to it first. Not to compare, but let's compare. Which Riley did you like more, show Riley or game Riley? If you don't have an answer, it's okay. Totally understandable because I don't. Think
I played both the last week. I don't know. I did think, Josh. I mean, I talked about this last time.
Both
we
have
did
different
thing,
strengths. It's wrong to compare like that. You know what? It's wrong. They both have their strengths and they both have their weaknesses in different ways, right?
We didn't do live stream last week.
Oh, we didn't talk about. Yeah, we haven't talked about the Left Behind.
Because I thought that was a weaker episode, and Ryder said it was his favorite episode.
It was my favorite because it was just the little moments that Bella portrayed as, man, it was when they finished the Mortal Kombat and they got close, and it was just a moment, and it was almost like I don't know, it was like when you have a crush and you're like, I don't know, close to that person, there's just certain things your face does where you're like, I don't know, you're like thinking about it and you're like, whoa, like, should I do something? Should I not? Yeah. I saw that hesitation, so I was like, hey,
you like
that. Yeah, I like that.
Ryder's like, who can relate? Ooh,
No, yeah, but I understand. I hear you for sure.
Definitely the weakest for you. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. It's good, but not as good as the others. Still a banger show. Yeah, I think we're just the show. I'm so happy.
Yeah. The show is like, man, like, look, before we even started, can we believe we're here? Like, we're getting there's so many things that I'm sure we're both kind of like, oh, they did it, right?
I'm just extremely happy that other people get to experience this story, and it sounds like it's effective to the people that have not played the game, and that's the most important thing to me, because I'll always have the game, and I'll always prefer the game over the show, right? Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I like the show more. Who knows? But as long as people that have not played the game are watching it for the first time and are able to have the same feelings that I felt during the game and have the same story delivery and think about the same themes that are through the game, it's a success. It does not have to have every single reference, every single thing exactly how it is. It doesn't need to be like that. Yeah.
Well, ladies and gents, be sure to think on it. Think about the show. Take some time to dwell on it, because you will some things will be revealed to you, and I think it's a satisfying experience. You know, I think when you think on it, and you're like, wow, that's why this person made this choice. Yeah, absolutely. Well, enjoy your shake. I think we're good.
Thanks, man.
Let's get to the shake. I'm gonna wrap up here and kind of dwell on this.
Sounds like a great time. Ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else, thank you so much for watching this episode breakdown. We appreciate you a lot. We'll see you next week for the finale. Possibly not on Sunday, though, because it's Oscar night and Last of Us night, which means I will be glued to the couch from 3:30 to midnight. Okay. Yeah.
Because who knows what could happen? A slap could be thrown. Something can be said. We got to watch it. We got to know, right?
A slap could be. That was a year ago.
That's wild. Yeah. Time flies.
Shout out to Caesar, who just popped into chat and said, "You guys are losers." Thank you, Caesar. Appreciate you.
I didn't see
and
that.
On that note,
there we go. Love it. Humble us.
See you
Humble us.
guys on the next one.
Bye.
Peace out.